I'm Judy from Sage Mood Ceramics. In this video, I'm gonna show you how I make those little egg trays. I finally loaded this video up and I'm sorry for taking so long. It was long requested. This is a paper carton. I think I forgot to mention that in the video. That's why I'll say it right now. You can get them at Walmart, maybe other stores too. And you can use them as like a mold for the egg trays. Okay, so stay tuned and thank you guys for watching. I rolled out a slab about a 1/4 inch thickness with my reclaimed clay and compressed both sides. So we're gonna use an egg tray. So the way I use it is I place it roughly where I want to have it, like here on the edge, a little bit more here. Okay, so I want to have 2, 4, 6, 8 eggs, and usually you see on videos that people take the whole carton and smack it on the table or on the floor. I don't want to do it because on those parts where the egg tray stands out, it gets very thin and rips through the clay. So I just place it on top, roughly where I want it, and then I help it to go in between the grooves just a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, just to help the clay to go better in between. That makes sense. The rest I do with sponge. I take a wet sponge and then needs a little bit time to wipe inside those little grooves without ripping the surface. That's why I at least make them a 1/4 inch thick, so there's enough clay without that these parts stick out are ripping. If you see they rip, just take a little bit of that material, like in that case here. Let's see if I can focus better. Nope. But here it's getting a little thinner, so I take a little bit of the clay from the side where I don't need it, just like a little bit, put it here on top, and then I smooth it out in the surface. That's how I do it on every little thin surface, which I notice. Sometimes I don't have to do it at all, depending how careful you work. So I'm gonna probably speed the whole process up. Gonna take at least 3 or 4 minutes probably to just smooth it out in all directions. When you're happy with the surface, then we cut out the size of the egg tray. So I want to have at least 8 eggs. So this area would be my guide from here to here, if that makes sense. I cut out here. So I was going right over that edge the same way it is here, and then those sides. I like when it looks organic, like not perfectly on all the sides, but not like way too off, you know. So now I'm gonna check it. Yeah, most of the time I take a little bit less away and then cut one more time if I want to. And the nice thing about paper carton is that the tray is drying faster since the carton takes out the water in the clay. So we want to wait until it's about leather hard to remove it, because you have to be careful that you don't bend it too much, because clay has memory, and you don't want to have a wobbly egg tray. It's gonna be a little bit wobbly, that's the way it is, since you can't really control how deep which area is. So now I'm gonna roughly round up the edges on top. Gonna have edges from the other side, which you have to wait until it's leather hard to clean off. Everything you can do right now in that stage when it is wet or leather hard to avoid sharp edges, do it. Take your time for that, because otherwise you have to grind it off, and that is very, very tedious and annoying. They're very fun to make, me see. They don't take long. So that's how it looks right now. I'm gonna cover it with a plastic wrap, and I'm gonna be back tomorrow morning, and then I'm gonna show you how I clean up the other edges, and then we let it dry. Bisque fire, glazing together, and then we see us at the kiln opening in the end. It's the next day. It's leather hard, and what we do right now is not pulling on the corners to get it out of the carton. We just flip it on a straight surface, and then I bend a little bit the paper carton in all directions, and you feel that it is releasing the egg tray. Otherwise I find that the tray gets like the clay has the memory of the bending. That makes sense. When it's fired, then you get more an wobbly egg tray. It's a little bit tricky to get out, but it is possible. Okay, so now you can see all those edges which are still sharp when they're dry. So I just trim them with a hand tool. I use one of those camper tools. I don't know what it's called. You can see, I don't know. I like that one really. Also for trimming. Okay, when you are happy with the surface, then I make my maker's mark. So, then flip it around. See, it's wobbly, so I push down the spots. So very important is that it's drying evenly and slowly. So I like to put it on those tiles since they don't absorb water and they are very straight. Get them cheap at your local what do you call it, warehouse, like Home Depot or Lowe's. Okay, it seems like it's feeling good. Okay, so we're gonna let it dry and then we're gonna see us after bisque firing. I think it turned out really good, and yep, had fun making those.